screen that we're looking at right now is going to change. There's a impish little fellow who is in between the god hands, and that was based off some artwork that I made early on before I knew what the main character was going to be, and that's going to go away because I've got something else happening. Hey, I'm Eric. Welcome to God Killer Game Dev Sunday, where I work on my game, The God Killer, and not programming tasks like I do on the other days, but other tasks: art, music, sound, voice, level design, stuff like that. And I was just talking about, let me see if I can do this, about this little dude right here that I'm pointing to, the little white, boyish, impish figure there. That's not the main character of the game. For a while I had a 3D model that kind of looked like that I just sort of gotten from the Unity asset store. And then I went seriously shopping after a bit, decided I wanted to have a female main character, and I found some 3D models that looked kind of cool, had the look I was after, and I grabbed one and put her in the game. She had red hair. I liked the red hair part, but I didn't really do any serious character design, visual character design, until maybe 2 or 3 weeks back. And then I started sketching a little bit, started thinking about different actors who had faces that I liked, and the range of emotion I wanted to be able to show. And I came up with artwork for the face, and I'm going to show that today, but let me show you what I've got more recently, because I like to start these things off with a demo of recent progress, and I'll show that. So alright, so on previous sessions I had the face up like this, but more recently I've got the eyes so that they'll point at anything that I draw their attention to. So if I let me see if I can do this without a lot of work. Suppose that I want the eyes of the face to look at this pillar off over here. Okay, so I can... Yeah, this is the thing in Unity that is a little bit hard when you've got two objects and you're trying to set the properties of one based on a different one. It's a little bit tricky. So let me see if I can do this right. So the pillar is there. I have to kind of remember which one it is. It's the... because I'll lose focus on this in a moment as I switch to the player. So it's the one, two... Maybe one of these other ones easier. No. Okay, that's an easier one. Okay, I'll say the second one from the top. Okay, so I'll go back down to the player. And there's all these inspector properties over here that are going to affect how her face is animated when it appears above her head. So then I go back. Back up to here. I'm going to drag the pillar that I had previously decided was a good thing to look at off over to this attention target thing in the inspector. I'm doing this all in the editor, but it's really just to demonstrate it. Later on, there'll be things in the game that will be looked at. So if I click look at target here, the eyes, they point towards this pillar that's off to the right. And anyways, that's just a little thing. So let me show the rest of the functionality here, so you can get an idea of what I'm going to do in this session. So there's these bars that move the iris around. The iris is one of the parts. The lids are another part. They're another image or asset that's used for the animation. And then you can see this box up here. It's got a top and a bottom half. Kind of a one. The top part is light colored. It's the top part of the head, and then the bottom part is the mouth area. So there are 11 different emotions that I've got spec'd out, and each one has got its own assets that go with it. So what I did more recently was create the M face and all of her emotions for the 11. I haven't made all the visemes yet. That's if the character's talking, some alternative mouths will be shown on the bottom half. So this all looks very unimpressive because I don't have actual art in here. I just have these abstract squares that represent what's going to go there. So today I'm going to fix that. Today we're going to see the face of M, and I don't think it's going to take that much time, like a full session, to do that. So this might be a two-parter. In the second part, I would do some audio editing. Depends how fast the first thing goes. The audio editing would be for some extra lines and screams and noises that Chelsea sent me for M. But I'll start off with the face. So okay, so in Photoshop, I've imported a file from a different program that I use on my iPad called Procreate. Procreate is just really nice for drawing directly on the iPad with a pencil. So I've got like all this stuff. Originally created all the sketches and stuff on my iPad, but I need to position all the parts and kind of do a little bit of arrangement so that they're in the places where they're expected to be for the code I wrote that I just demonstrated. So start by merging some of these groups that I've got. On the iPad, I had them divided out into ink and color because it's a very useful way for me to make small adjustments by having those two things be independent of each other. Okay. Alright, so let me start moving some stuff. Go neutral's where it needs to be. Let's do afraid, evil, and suspicious. Let's just move all of those down at one time. I'm just thinking about how to move it and keep the orientation exactly the same. So if I go pull it down this way, the part that's easy to line up is the is the head, is the top of the head. Just do that. Okay. So there's actually 3 heads are here now. In a moment I'll move them over column-wise, but I figure I'll get all of the alignment set up first for the column. Okay, so the next ones would be amused, happy, and thinking. Amused, happy, thinking. Okay. Then I've got angry and irritated to go in the final row. Angry, irritated. Ah. Okay, so now I'll move them over column-wise. Confused, evil, happy, irritated. Okay, confused, evil, happy, irritated. I'm thinking about what to line up with horizontally so that I get it with the same positioning. Looks like this hair moves just a little bit, maybe 3 or 4 pixels to the right of this line here. I think I can do that. Okay, and the last one is sad, suspicious thinking. That's kind of cool. Photoshop telling me I'm in the right place. Okay. So then it's the backing, the irises and the lids I have to move down to here. I think I'll just grab them all at once. Actually, let me get the irises centered. That looks pretty centered to me. Okay, let me think about the lids. Lids are all the way closed in this position. Eye back. Okay, cool. So take all 3 of those at once. And just moving down here. It's not important to get this part positioned exactly because I've got no assumption by my code that they'll be in the same spot all the time. There's actually a positioning setting inside of the game that lets me adjust that. But relative to each other, it is important. And I'm thinking if I just kind of numerically move the lids and the backing by the right amount, which is going to be 128 pixels, then I'll get it exactly. So this one I'll do numerically. So I back, if I gotta figure out how to get to that. There's some place where I'm able to just put in the number. I'm just trying to get to that. Oh, here it is. So 1455 minus 128. $13.27. Okay. 1327. Eye backing moved. Okay. And then lids. Add 128 to move them down. So I go 1455 plus 128 equals 1583. Okay, got my lids moved. And what's next? The next things would be, I haven't done the talking mouths yet. That'll take me a while. That'll take me like maybe 4 hours or something like that. That's why I didn't do it today, because I wanted to just kind of go with what I had. I'll come back to this. Okay, so the next thing is, do I need to split these? I don't need to split these. I was thinking that I needed to kind of chop these in half, like put them in separate layers, but the truth is all this stuff gets flattened, so that would be irrelevant, that whether they were in layers or not. So let me resize this to the target size, which is 1024. It's kind of almost sad to do that, though. I'm going to stick to my guns on that. It does look good even close up at this 2048 size. Like, it doesn't look like the lines are sloppy when I zoom in. It's one of the reasons to go larger, so that you can kind of hide sloppiness. But yeah, it's going to be okay. All right. Get rid of the layer. So now I've got transparency shooting through all this, and I can save this as a PNG. let's call this M face sheet. I'm wondering to myself if I want to save my work at 2048 or 1024. I think I'll go back to 2048 and save that way. Save. Okay, so now I want to come back to here. I've got another option besides this kind of sad looking square head thing. Got there's my face sheet for M, and I'll put it in here. Okay, it kind of worked. It's not what I wanted to happen exactly. So I gotta figure out what went wrong with that. Make this larger. Yeah. Let's go full size. Right. So all right, let me look through the emotions. Afraid, amused, angry, confused. It's gonna have to, the problem's gonna have to do with transparency, probably some stray pixels. Like I think around the eye here, there's probably some translucent pixels that are close to being all the way transparent, but not quite. And then I think there's something wrong with the import into a texture. So I'll look at the import settings. Irritated, sad, suspicious, thinking. Okay, let's go back up to neutral. Let me get the eyes in there too. So with percent. Oh, another thing. The eyes are there. They're misaligned. So if I go that, okay. Okay, let's have the eyes be all the way open. And 100, 5. Put the eyes right in the middle, so it's easier to. Okay. 6. 4. Okay. Cool. That part's not bad. Okay, I gotta fix these import settings. See what's up with that. First off, so you can see there's a lot of difference in the range of color here than what we actually got inside of Unity. So if I look at the M face sheet, what does it look like? Okay, it's not in the source PNG, so my export to the PNG was fine. No issues there. Let's take a look at import settings for the face sheet. High quality. Let's do high quality. That helped. That did help. But it really got the colors wrong. All these colors should be dark. And they're showing up lighter than the mid-tone. So that's really off. And I'm just going to play with this a little bit. See, let me see. Always RGB 32-bit, RGBA 32-bit. I'm just gonna try them one at a time. See what the end result is. Now that's not what I want. RGB 32-bit for the alpha channel. Okay. Well, the only one that actually works in a reasonable way is this one, which I think is what I started with. It was on auto, but I think auto's picking this one. Yeah, it's kind of a mystery for me, because it's quite a bit different from this. Quite a bit different. I do know how to get rid of like these extra bits around here. Those are just translucent pixels. That one won't be hard to fix. This extrude edges thing. Huh. Yeah, I have no reason to think any of these other settings are going to do anything. All right. Okay, so default 2D sRGB alpha source input texture alpha. What is this? Okay. Put that back, I guess. So what's up with that? I'm thinking I will check the internet, see if anybody else has had this problem before. I'm sure lots of people have. It's just a question of, can I ask the question in a way that turns up those people with the same problem as me? Unity, GUI, draw, texture, colors, wrong. Okay. Cursor he did. Just use a mid-gray texture and the color will render properly. Well, let me try cursor. Does not seem correct, but worth a try, easy to try. No, didn't do anything. Okay. Just use a mid-gray texture and the color. Change gray. Yeah, I don't know. This guy's problem is not enough like mine. Well, that's interesting. Am I doing anything like that? I don't think I am. I think I'm. There's something here with a color parameter. Let me try using this color param. If it doesn't work, I think I'll come back to this problem. Oh, but the function I need to use doesn't have a color parameter. What is going on with this? Alright. It's bugging me though, because like, look at the difference. Like, these colors are so much better than the ones I'm getting. So much better. Can I even tell the color of her eyes? It should be like a lavender eyes. Lavender eyes. They might as well be gray. Okay, well, let me fix one thing. I know how to fix one thing. The thing that I can fix without going deep, which I'm not going to do this session, is these little bits of extra pixels along the edges. That's just some translucent pixels that I didn't catch very well. And a good way to see them is to put another background that's of a color that's a lot different. So if I put just a giant green background, it's not extremely obvious where those pixels are. This might be another kind of artifact of the import process. I mean, I can see some. I can see just a little bit there. So which one am I showing? I'm showing neutral. Neutral. Okay, so do the other ones look better or worse? Yeah, some of the other ones do. No, those probably are extra pixels. Let me find the worst one. Confused is pretty bad. Confused. confused. Let's do confused, I guess. This is confused up here. Yeah. I'll tell you when I'm concentrating and I get like a text, it just scares me. This just looks really tight though. I didn't do a bad job. Like, these pixels are actually, if the whole thing was being rendered correctly inside of Unity, these pixels would be helping things. They're translucent black pixels, which basically will make these edges look smooth if it's rendered correctly in the engine. So this is the one that looks the worst in the engine in Unity, but I've got no evidence of stray pixels along the borders. I do see the thing I don't like that came in from the resizing, which is these lighter colored pixels around the edges. I don't know why the algorithm did that, but that's sort of like the least of my worries. Let me try one other thing. Let me try 5 other things. Why should I say it's going to be one thing? I might try a bunch of things. Let me try 17 other things. Just resave it. Which will force the thing to re-import. I'm just kind of waiting for it to re-import. I suppose I could just come down here, make some token change. I could force this to 1024 if I wanted. Let's do that. was probably already at 1024. Compression none. That's okay. Now I'm feeling like I might solve this. No compression. Just give me. No, it didn't do anything. It did nothing. What's the format? Let's set it explicitly to RGBA 32. Okay, what if I was thinking of things to do, things to try. Maybe there's some options for how to save the PNG. Okay, what if I don't convert to sRGB? Okay, let's see what that does. Nothing that I can see. Okay. God. My artwork just looks so much better here than it does in the game. It's a mystery. So file, let me try, like even like the even the detail of the lines and everything, it looks just so much better here. It's not just the color. Okay, let me scale this down so that it's roughly the same. Let's see, player, and we'll go to 0.2 5. Okay, I guess the detail is similar. It's not horrible there. If I could get the colors right, if I could get like these pixels around the edges right, I'd be much happier. So I saw one other option inside of here to try. It was embed color profile. I guess the idea is that maybe Unity would read that color profile and use it to get the colors correct. Nope, I didn't do anything. What are MIP maps for? You know, I'm guessing that these edge pixels are coming from a kind of all or nothing alpha effect. So it's either all the way opaque or all the way transparent. I'm guessing that that's the case. Alpha is transparency. Alright, let me try one other thing, pretty simple. I'm just gonna hit play. I keep on saying one other thing. I might try a bunch of things. If I hit play, it could do something a little bit different, in theory. Nope, colors are the same. Still.
What is this?
It is nice to see the proper head over her, though. almost all these emotions, if the lids are down low, it becomes like a bored, mellow version of that emotion, and then if I open the lids all the way, it's like the most extreme version of that emotion. So confused, mellow, confused, freaked out. Afraid. Taking down the amount of travel the eyes have so that they stay in a better range. So let me take the one that's the squintiest. I think that's suspicious. So I do have one other way to get through this if I want to use it. I can move away from using the draw texture command, and I can put this inside of a mesh that's actually shown in the world. But I wanted it to always be on top of everything. And if she goes off into off against the wall over here, I don't want the head to go into the wall. I don't want it to seem like it's part of the world. So I'm happy with everything here except the problems I've been belaboring, which is the color. You know, and I could even live with the edge pixels. I could live with the edge pixels. Here, let me go back to the worst one. Confused. Yeah, edge pixels are fine. It's just the color. If I just get the color to work right, then great. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to the audio. I've got some missing lines and some alternative lines to consider. But I want to get a little bit to drink here before I start on that. So I will be right back. I'll be right back. I will be back super shortly. I'm gonna put up the wait screen as I go get myself some water. And we're back. And we're back. And okay. So Chelsea has been hard at work coming up with some alternative takes, and I don't know how many of these I'm gonna replace, because I already edited a whole bunch of these, and I was pretty happy with the stuff I put in. But I'm gonna listen to them all. I'm gonna listen to all of them. I'm gonna take some notes about like what I may potentially want to bring in. So do that. Start a little document. Okay, I'm also thinking about what are the things I really need. I have to put something in there. Missing lines. No. Okay, the screams and exclamations. And there were some lines that I think I just lost them in editing. Like they were there in the original file that she sent, but I lost them. So I might as well kind of consider fresh using one of these newer ones that she sent. So your hands was one that was missing. And let me be more specific about this. Initial scream reaction to God. Exclaiming when taking apple. Nervous noise when approaching apple. Some of these I don't even think I had in the script, but I've got so much content here to look at. I'm going to think about adding some extra sounds in. Flinging. Noises. Maybe use more non-verbal is that's not the right word. More non-dialogue noises. Okay. What else? Your hands. And then if she got me closer to solving the problem with being surprised by Billy's death. Lines around Billy's death. Let me see what those were. Oh yeah, the made for you startled cry. Made for you startled cry. Drop to ground. Startled cry. Okay. Yep, startled yelp, gasp. Okay. Okay. Exclaiming when Billy dies. Okay. So let me see what I've got and how I want to map. Good. She's good. That's some good noises. Okay. And then boy, she just really recorded a whole bunch of these again, which is cool. I'm going to listen to them all. I will do that. And they're really going to have to clear a threshold for me to replace what's already there that I'm already very happy with, which is just about everything that I've got is already kind of like I can't see how I can make it better. But she took the time to record all these extra takes, so I'm definitely going to listen to them all. But it's for me to go back and replace like what I already did the work to edit. It's going to have to like really blow me away. So let's do that.
God. 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 He died? He died? Hell. Hell. Hello? 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 Hmm.
I think I should use one of these hmms for the secret passage. Yeah, okay, let me bring up another window, which will be what's already there. So you can kind of before and after it. And these ones will be a lot louder. So M, got two hms.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I need to replace either of those. Okay. And I was really happy with that I came out of that.
I came out of that egg thing. 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 Hello? I didn't know he... I didn't know he... I didn't know...
Okay. I didn't know. I really like the one she did over here, which is completely different.
I didn't know.
Okay, there she's kind of controlling a stronger reaction. Like it sounds like she might gulp up the sob. She's holding that down. She just killed Billy. Okay, let me see if the he died is doing anything different here.
He died? He died? He died?
I think I'll ask her for another he died. So I'll get like more of a gaspy wildly confused he died. And it will be okay. First there'll be some kind of large reaction that's not dialogue. It'll be or something like that. I think I can get that from her other stuff she did. Then God will go, good. And the line is after that, pretty close after he died. And I already have the right one here in the first set, where she's kind of choked up about it. So the missing piece is he died. He died like really confused and startled. So I'll ask for a retake on that, because I don't think we have it yet in the way it should be. I have to explain how she's not the person who would just kill someone just for the fuck of it. She has to be very surprised when he dies, because that explains that, to her she was just kind of going along with some roughhousing. And even that, she was reluctant to do it. But if she would have known he was going to die, she wouldn't have pushed him against a wall. So she's got to be more startled. Okay, hell, I already went through that. Okay. I didn't know.
I didn't know he...
Okay.
I died. How did I died. How did I...
Okay, so let me think about that, what she's doing there. I died. How did I...
I died. How did I...
What have I got here now?
I died. How did I...
So I like the original one or the earlier one better. So my reasoning is as follows. She's not at a point where she's really grieving her own death or kind of... If I were to take her there, which is what these ones do,
I died.
to have a
How did I...
proper sober reaction to the fact that you just died, then I can't move the characters quickly to the other emotional states, because you don't go from this kind of sober state to something else that quick.
I died.
Although this is a pretty realistic reaction.
I died.
More realistic than the other one. The player just met her as a character. I'm not ready to take the player anyplace that serious with the character. So, yeah, these are nice. They've got emotional weight, but I don't see it puzzling together with everything else as well.
I just walked toward.
I'm interested in these lines in particular because the original one did have one part of it that wasn't working for me.
I just walked toward. I just walked toward.
Yeah, okay. This one I will replace with the new one. Okay, I just walked toward. Okay, so maybe what I should do instead of keeping a document, let me just pick. Or undo that. Then let's start. I'll just make another directory. Never mind. I can just mark them. There. All right.
I love this. I love this. I love this.
And what's the other one?
I love this.
But I love the first one.
I'm I'm sorry.
I don't...
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Insane.
Okay. Now that might be a good replacement.
Insane. Insane.
Okay. Let me see. Over here, is it more comedic?
Insane.
No, it's fine. It's fine as it is. I can't see that as being a big improvement to go with any of these.
Is this heaven?
And I really liked how she did Is This Heaven?
Is this heaven? Is this heaven? Is this heaven?
Okay.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Sure. Sure. Sure.
That one's interesting.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
I know one thing I'm gonna need. I need a little bit of silence, so...
Sure.
That one had some silence in between the words, and I can use that silence as a noise print for removing noise from the other, all of these. And I should say about the audio received from Chelsea, our arrangement on this is that we're starting out with home recordings as placeholder audio to test out a few things, and then we'll do studio recording. So if you listen to this and think badly about Chelsea as a professional voiceover actor who's sending stuff that's got like a little bit of noise in it, nah, don't. She knows. It's our arrangement that we're just going to use like home recordings to start.
Sure. I want to do that again.
Okay.
I want to do that again.
That sounded pretty strong, but I remember the first one being really good too. So let's hear the first one. It's gonna be kind of loud.
I want to do that again.
That sounded really good to me. It's hard to justify
I want to do that again.
replacing it unless it's
I want to do that again.
really quite a bit better, like 50% better, something like that.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Huh.
I don't get it.
Okay, I'm taking that one because I think it's a better second line in the previous one, it's like, I don't get it. It didn't quite sound natural to me. But the second one, I don't get it at the end, sound really good.
I'm not ready for more. I'm not ready for more. I'm not ready for more. Okay. Stay away. Stay away. But that sounds good. But that sounds good. But that sounds good. But that sounds good. But that sounds good.
Okay. So these first three are just maybe a little more comedic for the moment, which is a little more intense. This one here might fit better than what I've got now. That sounds good. But that sounds good. Okay. Here's what I've got now.
But that sounds good.
That's the Ira Glass cadence there that so many people have copied on NPR.
But that sounds good.
Okay, I'm taking that one too.
But that sounds good. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Okay. Am I missing that line? No, I'm not. Okay, what's the original one?
This is crazy.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like the original.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is... I don't get it. This is... I don't get it. This is... I don't get it. Uh-huh. 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 I'll put it back. I'll put it back. I'll put it back. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this place? What? Did I die? What is this place? Did I die? Well, wait. What? Wait. Well, wait. Well, wait. Which way is east? 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 Why? Why? Why?
So I'm thinking back to Chelsea's motivation for I'm doing a bunch of these recordings again. I think she said that after she heard it with my audio in for the God character, and with all the timing in place and everything, that it suggested to her like a different delivery with different energy. I'm just thinking about like what I might be missing and what I want to do with the placeholder audio, which is what all this is. And I don't think I should be tweaking a lot on the placeholder audio, because we've got another round in the studio. The placeholder should be there to inform the performance in the studio. We'll make some decisions earlier. And then we'll go to the studio and we'll just record for subtle needs of the performance. We'll record for other reasons too, but that will be the time to really get the lines exactly how I want them to be. So that's motivating me not to do many replacements with this set here. In fact, some of the ones I already picked out, I might even skip.
Yeah. 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 Your hands. Your hands?
Oh, that's a beauty.
Your hands?
A little tremble in there. That's great.
Your hands?
Okay, that is an important piece of the puzzle right there. I was missing that line, but I think this is even better than the one from the original audio. So really like that one. Okay, so now I gotta think about all the kind of screams and stuff like that. So I do have one other source here. I know Chelsea had reservations about this, but it's got one really great scream in it. I'm sure more than one, but I remember at least one really good scream. It would be nice to reuse it. So let me pull that up. Okay, so this is from like over 2 years ago when I recorded this. 3 or 4 years. 3 years. 3 years ago. Let's see, Space Labs sessions. And here's all of these friggin' sessions. Chelsea Gavin Action Pack. So 2016. Beginning of 2016. Over 3 years ago. And did I edit this already? Did I edit it already? That would have helped me if I did, but okay. So let's start. Let's start by closing some of my apps. That's what I'll do. Shut down Photoshop. And no, most all this other stuff I want to keep open. Shut down calculator. Okay. Open up Chelsea's recording from over 3 years ago inside of Adobe Audition. It went with this thing. I was making an action pack for a voice recording for like a collection of generic sounds that could go into an action game, like a first-person shooter, or a game where you control a character and the character does things like run and jump and hits people, gets hit by people. So these noises were recorded by Chelsea around 3 years ago. Now, she had reservations about using these because she learned some techniques for screaming later on that she felt would yield a more sophisticated performance. But I mean, you'll hear this in a moment, and goddamn, it sounds awesome. It was like you're breathing in gas and dying from it. Different kinds of wounds. No, I don't want those. I don't want pain for what I'm trying to place here. Okay, that was a really long one. We did some choking stuff. Again, I have to stress the context of this is that we were making sounds for video games, and it wasn't like some weird thing where it's not like a BDSM scene or something like that. Okay. Okay, that. Okay. It sounded really good to me before, but now I'm thinking like the scream that I was thinking of reusing would have been for like when she first sees God as a pair of floating hands in front of her. It's probably gonna be too much. She might have, in this session, she might have really at the end here been losing her voice because it was a lot of screaming. So let me just go through the short ones. I've come around to her point of view on these. Well, maybe she didn't get a chance to hear this. I'm not sure, but I do think like these are kind of like camp horror movie type screams, which should be good for some things. But I'm gonna use the stuff that she brought in recently here instead of going back to these. Although it does make me think about like all the other stuff. Do I want to combine? Like right now I've got noises that play like when you drop down a level. There's like a gong. Do I want to add in like a little oomph to it from Chelsea? Because I've got that in here. I've got all the action noises in here. It also occurs to me, I don't want to play like this whole session off on a stream. I'm happy to play like the parts that are edited out of it, but there's like conversations that we might have had. It's just rude. It's just not really polite to play like the whole session, including like what was said that wasn't part of the performance. So just out of courtesy, I don't want to play the whole friggin' thing. Okay, so let's go back to the new stuff that came in. Okay, open this in Audition. Okay. Okay, get the noise print. I think she intended all those for flinging, but there was at least one that might be a good first reaction to God. It was not that one. That one. Or was that one maybe too? But let me take a look at the other one as well. Okay. So, going back to my list of all the things. Initial scream reaction to God, drop to ground startled cry, made for you startled cry, nervous noise when approaching apple, exclaiming when taking apple, flinging noises, exclaiming when Billy dies. That's a lot. That is a lot. I think we look for the initial reaction to God one first. That's not bad. Just thinking, like, what if I did this? It kind of violates a rule that I normally have, but I could make M, as she travels south, and she's kind of like confused. She's confused, and then she walks south, keeps going south. Player's controlling her. She gets here, she sees the hands. Here's what I could do. I could temporarily wrest away control of the M character from the player and involuntarily make the character move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares north. With the scream, and then God would start in with his "It's okay, it is okay, it's okay, it is okay." Okay, so he'd start in with that. Player walks down. Again, I think it'd be too much. It'd be too much to wrest control from the player a second time, because that would sort of teach them the wrong thing, that they should give up on going that direction. But maybe one time isn't bad, and then that would let me kind of act through with the characters that she's freaked out by God. The player is not necessarily going to be freaked out by God. He won't be. He or she will not be. Players do things that at times don't match what you want the story to do. A player would just kind of like wander out here and just have no drama that matches what the character's supposed to be feeling. So maybe I do want to do that. Maybe I want to take control of the player very briefly for like 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Issue like 8 commands to move north, so that the player is suddenly back here, freaking out, and I could get like a heavy breathing noise going here. That I do have in that action pack that I brought up earlier. Just kind of a heavy breathing, like you do when you're running or you're very afraid. So I've got that. I won't want to use an effect like that very often, but it might be just fine for this point in the game. might be the right thing to do. Then the player will at least hear a little bit of the God going, it's okay, which plays into a joke later on and also establishes that God is kind of a not very empathetic character. All right. So let me listen to those screams again. So this one could be the intro to God. My current favorite is this one. Okay. That one may be for one of the flings, but there's a whole bunch of other ones that I could use for the flings. Okay, so this is a nice little one. That one I could use for dropping down, but I think she's still kind of afraid. No, that one's fine. That one's fine. Okay. So initial scream, drop to ground, startled cry. Made for you, startled cry. This one actually might be quite good for it. Okay. That one, this one, I could use it more than once, but this one also might be good for killing Billy. What about this one for killing Billy? Because that might get confused for like an exertion noise. Like she's just really putting her weight into killing Billy. Yeah, okay. Let me go back through these again. These are a bunch of woes. These I think were meant to go with fling, but there's a few that perhaps could get used differently. Okay, so maybe this one for grabbing the apple. Yeah, I think so. Or it could be that one. God, so many choices. Okay, that's good. Okay, this is a good drop down one. That's a good drop down one too. This one's good because she's still got to be kind of freaked out. So this one, Okay, let's start marking a few of these I've made decisions on. So this one is scream, drop, down. Now there's another drop. That's a lot further down in the east room. I didn't have a reaction noise to that, but it would still make sense because it, while the first drop was the very first drop that she did in the game, she's startled by that. The second drop, it's such a far distance. But no, she's making the decision to drop off of it, so she must have some kind of clue that it's not that big of a deal. Maybe a tiny scream for that one. In fact, if I go back over here, this one seems appropriate. You know, like it's not nothing to her, but drop down east. Okay. Okay, so the ones that I've made decisions on. Drop down east room. Actually, that's the best one for startled response to "made for you." Okay, so I'm changing my mind on that. Let's see, cry, react, made for you. No, actually, you've got this one, but I don't have this one. Okay. This one I want to use for something. Is it going to be the drop down? That's a pretty appropriate reaction to the drop down. But I also need one for getting the apple. That's funny. Okay, this one I think is Get the Apple. Let's see. This one could be the initial reaction to God. There's a little bump on the end. I wonder if Chelsea was like saying that's like the drop, but I don't. I think I could just use this for the God reaction. Call this one East drop. Do I have the Billy one yet? Oh wait, this is a much better East drop right here. That's just a smaller one. Let's call it. And this one feels like it should be maybe Billy. Billy killed. Okay. Okay, so what am I still missing? Initial reaction to God. Is it? I was thinking about using that one. I don't think I've got a nervous noise when approaching Apple. Maybe I do. Maybe there's something in here. I need something smaller for that. is that for the East drop down? Versus yeah, this one seems a little more casual. She's figured out dropping a bit more at this point. Okay, I'm going to do this East drop is this one. Okay, coming back to here. So get rid of this marker. Okay. Okay, so then I think I don't have the nervous noise. At least not one that I think fits. And got lots of woes, so let me figure out which woes I like the best. So I think I'll use 2. Okay, so I'm thinking about the timing. It's got to be a shorter one. Maybe. Should it be shorter? So she's not moving through the air when she starts with the whoa. Basically, M is already at her destination. So the noise she makes is a reaction to something that's already happened, not an in progress reaction. So it's like, boom, she's there. It could still work. That could still work. So the first one should be like really startled. Okay, that might be a very good starting one because it's funny. And I have to change the mood from ominous to a little bit, from ominous to joyful quickly, and this I think is a bridging sound. It's kind of funny, but is it as good for that purpose as something about saying the word whoa means you've kind of got it a little bit under control, like there's no real problem, you're not panicking, it's almost like you're already aware that it's not that big of a deal, and that's why you said whoa. So it could be like, okay, and she does, the next fling she does is, so it's just funny, I just want to use it because it's funny. Okay, then Do I want to go with the third woe? Because after 2 of those, now she's kind of got it under control, I would think. 2 woes. 2 woes or screams is the limit. So it's going to go. I might be trying too hard to use that one. Should be 1 woe, and then she's calmed down a bit. Okay, she's gonna go, whoa! I want to do that again. That's the line. Okay. So I get 1 woe in this. And I don't want to use this one funny as it is, because it could be confused as like a pain sound, or this one is more like it's not going to be confused by the player. Okay, so let's call this one the woe that we use. And then I think I have like some other lines. Let me see what I put. I've got startled yelp. Okay. Here, I think I am going to ask Chelsea for like some kind of noise that's like it's different than what was given. So, you know. You know, it's not like a quick reaction to an event. It's, I don't feel so good about this. This might go wrong. That kind of thing. Okay, so then, whoa! I want to do that again. I've got. I keep going. I don't want to do a bunch of woes. I just don't want to. The gasp I can get from the action pack, actually. I'm pretty sure I can get it from the action pack. Okay, let me see what I've already got. To make sure I'm bridging correctly between different moods. So it's going to be I already do have your hands here.
Your hands?
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't. Okay. Just a little. Whoa. Okay, I think I won't use a bunch of woes. I do still want to gasp. Let's go. F. I might check the action pack because there's a laugh there. I don't know if it's like an appropriate sounding one. There's a gasp there. If it's not working, then I'll ask for another line from Chelsea. Okay. So let me think about the whole progression of these things. It's going to be Fleabag won the Emmy for the best comedy script writing. Awesome. That was great. Great fucking show, Fleabag. Love me some Fleabag. Okay. Phoebe Bridge-Waller. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Phoebe Bridger-Waller. Anyways. That lady. Genius. Okay. Okay, so there's Get the Apple. That would be accompanied by some really loud notes being played, kind of distorted. Okay, so Get the Apple. Okay, and then after the first fling, and then a gasp. Okay, no, I'm not playing that. Much as I love it. And then it's gonna be right after the first. Okay, right after the first whoa. Just a little bit later. There is I love this. No, it's not I love this. It's I want to do this again. I want to do that again.
I want to do that again.
Okay. So since she says that right after, there can't be any more kind of scary screams, or like she won't be expected to react as much. Okay. So then there's maybe like a and I don't even know about that because she's already said I want to do that again. So she's leaning into it. And then a few more flings.
I love this.
Okay. I feel like there are like maybe one or two more sounds I want to have there. I'm not sure if I've got them or not. I'm gonna check the action pack. I should be fine though. This is all placeholder. I have to keep reminding myself it's placeholder. I just need to verify that the effect I'm going for is plausible, possible, that I'm 90% of the way there with what I've got in the placeholder audio. That's all I gotta do. Okay, so I think that this might be a good place to stop. So I've got all this marked out. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right here. That's my stream right there. 2 hours and 33 minutes. I got my face into the face into the game, and I picked which sounds I'm going to use from the batch that Chelsea sent me to add into the game. And I'm not going to add them all in right now because on the stream anyways, because reasons. Alright. Stopping the stream, stopping it, stopping it, stop.